Every day I'm reminded how much I hate my life, and I should wise up being told that the cows don't even want to be around me anymore, I guess. Try to be decent for them, give them a chance, instead of just selling them, get rid of them. Either send them to slaughter or whatever. But the things they do to make me wish the hell they weren't around here anymore. At about 6:30, 7 o'clock this morning, thunder came rolling in. Storms on the radar, so I came to close the curtain. Everything was fine in here. I come over here, it's a little afternoon now, and I find this. And this. All the way through here. At least it's not something broken. It's just miserable little bastards fooling around. I don't know which one did it, how they did it. But the plug to take out the drain, and it's a tapered fit. It presses in there. It's a tight fit. The lip seals around the edge of the tank. I can't even get my finger behind it to pull it out. And it's probably one of them two. It's got to be somebody with horns, stuck their head probably from the other side and pushed the plug out. But that tank plug was out on the ground. Maybe they are licking it and pulling it out. I don't know. But that water's been running and running and running. The only good thing, at least this is easier than water cups would hang up in that barn to bail out. You got to bail out trenches, and you got to bail out mangers, and you got to push it out the door with a broom and a shovel. No sense trying to pump any of this stuff. We used to dig a pocket in the trench and sweep everything to that pocket and run a pump, and it just plugs up everything on there, burns the pumps up. You have to have a trash pump, like a 3-inch trash pump, which we don't have. We'd use a sump pump and stuff. But at least this barn is somewhat easier. I still got my alley scraper, and what I'm going to do is I'll get these penned off over the other side where they normally be. Get this gate open. I'm going to come in here with the skid steer, and I'm just going to push everything down that end and out that door. The only problem is I don't know what I'm going to do to clean up this mess. I mean, I suppose I can get a lot of this pushed back and cleaned out. There is a pocket in here where I can come in with the other bucket and bail it up, back out the door and dump it, and it'll eventually dry up in here. First, when I come over and I seen this, I'm like, Christ, it didn't rain that hard. We only got a 1/2 inch. It couldn't have, I mean, it's really got to blow to come in here. But it did. Well, it did. That didn't. That did. So, before I do all that, I'm going to do another job I've been wanting to do. And since I got the biggest mess as it is anyhow, I'll do it now. A little more water ain't going to hurt nothing. Because I did it yesterday, and we'll try it again here today. So, let me get over there by the water, and I'll show you what I got to do. I'm actually surprised this lane ain't all flooded. But there's a little bit of a step in this floor down here. I thought we poured this all the same level. Should have been. But maybe luckily we ended up a little bit higher. So that's the problem I got with these waters. Is, well, since I'm not milking, I don't quite clean them as often as I should. But what has happened, algae has started in these. Get out of here. And I normally take 3M like Scotch-Brite pads and it hasn't been taking it off. I can get all the slimy stuff off, but it's kind of got embedded into the plastic. Yeah, you're a pain in the ass too. So the other day I went and got some steel wool. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to scrub these up. I got to turn the water back on now. I got figured out where it's leaking. What I did the other water yesterday and it turned out pretty good. And I was going to do this one the next time I clean the barn. But now I can do it now. So what I did yesterday is I scrubbed the majority of this off, got the heaviest parts. And I don't know if it helped break it down or not. But then I get this hidden so I don't piss with it. I took this Dawn dishwashing liquid. It hurts when I come in. And scrubbed it down. I don't know if that helped lift it off or not. But here's that stupid plug. And it goes in here. And you know, it's a tight fit. It ain't something that's wore out or shredded up. But, so like I say, right now I got it in here. So I can turn the water back on. Don't have to keep running. Because I don't trust these valves anymore. But I'll get this all scrubbed up. And like I say, I'll get this heaviest stuff scrubbed up here now. Give it a quick flush out. Then I'll take the Dawn soap in there. Polish it up a little bit better. See if that helps. As I say, algae you can make fuel out of, biofuels. So it's basically a grease. Oh, get the hell out of here. I don't know why you bastards all of a sudden got to nose everything. No matter what you do, that's the first thing you do is what you don't want them to go into. And then it seemed to help clean some of that slimy stuff off. And we'll get it flushed out here. So we'll go get that and I'll bring it back when I get what I needed done. Yeah, it's a lot cleaner than what it was. Another thing I'm going to try here. I don't know if it works or not. I've seen it several times. I've seen swimming pool guys do this. I've heard other people with waters do this. Throw some copper pipe in there. The copper is supposed to do something to deter the algae growth. So we'll see if it works. I've had it in here for a while, but like I say, you can't tell. If you got the algae in there, it's going to grow. We'll see if it makes a difference. Like I say, I used to clean these every 10 days to 2 weeks. And I'd keep them pretty clean. What I'd do is I'd bring in a sanitizer, the chlorinated sanitizer I use on the pipeline. I'd mix up that kind of strong. And then I'd scrub this out either with like a 3M Scotch-Brite pads, or I have a nylon short brush and scrub them that way. And it always seemed to keep it pretty good. But like I say, with the heifers, I haven't been doing it as much, and I think the algae is growing up and it gets embedded into that plastic. I mean, this was 2 steel wool pads. I got number 1 medium Scotch-Brite pads, or steel wool pads. I don't know if that was too close or not, but it doesn't seem to scratch in there. And maybe if it did, maybe it'd help. If that's what's ridges in there from dragging her teeth or something, maybe that's what's getting a hold of the algae and growing. I don't know. But now I got to figure out, well, like I said, I figured out how I'm going to do this. I got to get these penned back in here. That's what I do. I move these back and forth so they can eat. Well, like I say, I should just let them all go together, and whoever beats up who, let them beat up. But them older jerseys, pick on these younger ones. I have that one over there tied separate because everybody was picking on her. Because she couldn't get the feed or anything there at one time. So I took her separate so she wouldn't get beat up too bad, but I guess they gotta learn sometime. I probably should just put her back in here, and once they get their pecking order established. But the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to change this plug. I'm going to go get a 2-inch, I don't know what the hell they call them, Burco plugs, or the same thing like I used on my 4-wheeler dipstick tube, and I got that ordered. But I'll get one of them, and then maybe I can tighten it in there tighter, or I say stick this on this side so they can't get the horn in there, and put the other one in from this side. But because I do have, like I said, I would have far enough to do that. Because this is not the first time, this is the second time. Maybe the third time. I know it's happened at least once before. So, but I'm going to get this closed up so they don't mess around with that valve, and get things situated and try to get that cleaned out, and then figure out what I'm going to do over there. Yeah, I got my big squeegee on. This is basically an industrial tire, but they cut one of the sidewalls out, cut it in half, and actually take either sidewall or tread to make so you can pull back with it up there. But being cup shaped, you can get that, you can hold quite a bit in there. One good thing is I cleaned this out yesterday. I took 2 spreaderfuls of shit out of here yesterday. If I hadn't done that, and with all this water would have been going out that door, would never came up through here. So much water's been coming through here, it's actually already running out that back door. I'm gonna try not to get any more of that shit that I need to. Don't need that falling off. Used to how I used to scrape the floor. As soon as you get to the end, you pick it up. All that head I had built up, the water came back this way. I guess I don't really need to run it that fast up there either. Give the wave a chance to come back and go out the door. remember, come up slow, and I want to just, so I touch that wall to make a dam, so the surge goes out, so it swoops around. It's not one of them things, just slow and steady. It's gonna make more of a gain more than racing around trying to get it done. Now I'm gonna piss around. I gotta watch these heifers behind me when I'm backing up. See, you think I'd be nosy too to get in my road. So I'm gonna piss around with this. Now, that's about as cleaned up as it's going to get. It ain't really scraping out more. Most of this is what's seeping out, like say that hay bale over there is soaked up now, so it's leaching out of that. That little bit there, I don't think it's really leaching much. But the biggest thing is, them dummies over there won't get out of my road long enough. They're not scared of skid steer or anything, I guess. They won't move, so I can try to scrape a little bit more out. And if they do, they come over and they stand right here, where I can't see them when I'm backing up. So, the hell with them. Actually, looks like a lot of this will be better off. By the time I clean it again here in another week to 10 days, you know, mix in with the shit. A lot of this here is stemmy stuff that they don't want to eat. Maybe I'll bring that down here, throw it in here, and they can tromp it in, soak it up. And the biggest thing is this mess here. I don't know what's leaching from where. I imagine that's all soaked up in there too. It's thick enough it ain't gonna bother her. But like I say, I might have to come in here and clean this all out, which I don't really want to at the moment. Because this is going to go through the spreader hard. There's a lot of long stuff knotted up in there. But what's going to have to happen, it's going to have to dry out here some. It's going to be a mess here for a while. It's supposed to be dry, good this week. Maybe enough breeze will come through here, dry this up. I can get this dug out in here. Get some more gravel hauled in, get that filled up a little bit better. Now, scrape the slimy stuff out of here. It'll dry up eventually. So, I guess that's going to be it for today. I'm not sure what time it is here now. I might want to get my sprayer cleaned up and situated around. I want to spray some of these hay fields. A lot of this, like this one field right across the road here, a lot of morning glory and stuff was in it. And I want to spray it, but I wanted it to grow up here again, get it actively growing, have some size to it, but not too big. But I couldn't have sprayed it this week anyhow. It gets up in the 80s and 90s, and it's not a good idea to spray. And this is more, if I remember right, I'm not 100% sure. I gotta read the labels again. That's why they put labels on them, so I don't have to remember. But I think 2,4-D does have a temperature limit on it, at least for corn anyhow, where it gets up that high. It could damage the plants. I don't know about staying in hay fields, but it's supposed to be cooler this week, in the 60s and 70s maybe, or a little bit in that range, not very humid, so this might be a good week to spray that. Hopefully Monday, we still got a chance of rain tomorrow, hopefully Monday I can plan on mowing be about 13 acres, the second crop I can do. That I would do dry hay. I'll get it in where I can get it in. And then the last of it, well, maybe try to wrap. Frankly, what I should do is just get the square baler out, bale it up, and put it in the barn that way. But I guess that's going to be for this. This is what I baled out of that little pocket there. Let that leach out. I'll scrape that up once it gets a little bit drier. Probably shouldn't have dumped it here in the driveway, but get a little bit more rain, it'll... I got a catch basin over there. I need to get that cleaned out too. I should just dumped it in there and then it will leach down and went in the ditch. And then the township could be happy about it. But right here, it'll leach out. It'll go over here into this grass and filter out there and won't be a problem. I can't dump it in the manure spreader because I got cracks in the side. It's going to run out of the manure spreader anyhow. So that, I guess I'm going to go back over to the house, stretch my back out again, get something to drink, and see what I do next. I got to get the bagger ready and I got to get my sprayer ready. Because it looks like I'm going to have some corn to chop here now. Some of this ain't going to make shit, so that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll catch up with you later.